What is up, guys? It's time to turn to the final week of the 2023 NFL season, which is week 18. Give me my picks and my game by game analysis to see which team I think is going to win week 18. So, before I give you my predictions for week 18, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down in the opinion below to see who you think is going to win week 18. So, basically, I went 13-3 last week, which that was the best week ever. And overall it's 148-77. So we're gonna get things started here. So we got today's game. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are Baltimore. Pittsburgh's favored by -3. I don't know why they favorite. They're probably favored because the Ravens are probably resting starters. So basically, Ravens are probably gonna be starting Tyler Huntley. But I don't know if the rest of their stars are going to play. Most of their stars could be injured. Most of their stars could rest due to the fact that, they're already clinched a 1 seed. So, yeah. Yeah, so the Ravens are probably going to be resting their stars on offense. That's all I know of. But here's the thing. They added Dalvin Cook to the team, which I don't know if he's going to be able to play. So, yeah, most of their defensive players are probably going to be out with injuries and probably going to be out with, with the rest. Because basically, some people are leaning towards Pittsburgh to win because the Ravens resting their starters. Because I feel like Pittsburgh kind of needs to win this game more if they really want to go to playoffs. So I feel like they need to win. They got to get at least Jacksonville to lose, or the Colts or Texans to lose, or tie, or they got to get Buffalo to lose. And then maybe they'll probably get in. I don't know, because I was doing the playoff machine last night, and I was predicting that Pittsburgh might make the playoffs, and I was predicting that they won't make the playoffs. Because, Mike Tomlin, he's really bad at covering the spread, but I know he has never had a losing season. But you know what? Because I was backing Tomlin for some reasons, but I don't know. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to do here. Now, Mason Rudolph is a third-string quarterback, and then, Mr. Trubisky's the backup, and then you got Kenny Pickett as a starter. So Kenny Pickett is probably not going to start for the finale. So basically, they were saying that he was going to return, but all of a sudden they changed their mind, saying he may not come back this year. But you know what? I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens to win the game, because I don't really care if Tyler Huntley's playing, because last year the Ravens barely beat them last year with Tyler Huntley. I just think the Ravens are going to win the game because I think the Steelers fans are going to be going down. I think they're going to be eliminated from the playoffs. And like I said, Mike Tomlin's not good at covering the spread against good teams and bad teams as a favorite. So I think this game will be a low-scoring game. I think it will be like it always been. Now, I understand the Steelers have been very competitive as of lately, because I think for the past couple weeks, their offense is starting to score some points on the board. They're starting to get competitive, and I feel like they're kind of figured things out on the offensive side. I mean, defensively, they're pretty good, but I'm going to say there's going to be a low-scoring game like it's always been. I'm going to say Ravens win the game. I'm going to say they win the game 20-19. Or I could say maybe 20-16. Something like that. So yeah. I got the Ravens win this game here. Next game, we have the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Houston Texans are favored by 2.5. this can definitely go either way. Now, last time when these two teams played, I believe that the Colts have won the game, and C.J. Stroud had a really good passer rating. But you know what? A lot of people could be taking the Colts to win this game though, but I don't really think the Colts are going to beat them 2 times in a year. So I'm going to roll with the Texans to win this game because I think the Texans have the better quarterback. Both rookie coaches are similar. And I just kind of really feel like that, they kind of have a better receiving core. I just like the Texans offense more. I mean, you can say the Colts passing game is pretty good because here's the thing. I just like how the way the Colts offense has been playing as of lately, especially on defense. They've been really well. But their pass defense is not great. So I think CJ Stroud might have a little success and might throw the ball through the air against a bad secondary as the Colts. And I just kind of really feel like, that the Texans, I don't think nobody on the other hand can really cover Nico Collins or Dalton Schultz. Now, Noah Brown is out. Tank Dell, we know, is out for the season. So most of the Texans receivers have been really good stepping up for Stroud. I mean, I just feel like their offense could be very more explosive in the passing game because I don't think the Colts kind of have an explosive passing offense. Because Gardner Minshew, he's like he's more of a backup. Like he's not really as good as CJ Stroud is. But you can say Gardner Minshew has been really good as a passer and leading the Colts into some wins. So yeah. So I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it could be I think it's probably gonna be like a high scoring game because the Colts have been competitive as of lately. So I'm gonna say Texans win 30-26 or 30-23, something like that. Or like 33-30, something like that. So I'm going to take the Texans to win, but I'll take the Colts plus 2.5 because I think they're going to keep it close. But this could be a best bet. But I got the Colts to cover. I got the Texans to win the game to clinch that final wild card spot. Next game, you got the Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincy's favored by 7. And the reason why Cincy's favored to win this game is because, Browns are going to be resting some of their starters because they know Joe Flacco's going to rest because, Myles Garrett may not play. And, the Browns, are probably going to be resting some of their starters because, they're already clinched a playoff berth. So yeah, and then the Bengals, I feel like they're gonna start. I feel like they're gonna start playing hard because even though they got eliminated from the playoffs, I think they're gonna start playing a lot harder than they will be. Even though they don't have Joe Burrow, I still think they're gonna play hard, and I think they're gonna fight like they did a couple weeks before. They were continuing to at least like, if Cincinnati is like continue to be a playoff team though. So So yeah, I think this game right here is going to be very close, and I think it's going to be very competitive. Though I just kind of really feel like the Browns. They're probably going to be starting a 4-string quarterback with it is Jeff Driscoll. So it's probably going to be Jake Browning versus Jeff Driscoll. Because I feel like the Bengals are going to start playing more of their starters in the game because we know they got eliminated from the playoffs, and they're not gonna because we know they're not gonna be in the playoffs this year, and so yeah. But I feel like this game right here is going to be very close. But some people could be taking the Browns to win because the Browns are a better team. But I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game because I feel like they're going to win this game to finally finish out the season with a good record. because if the Steelers and Bengals, even if they both win, the Bengals will be in last place still. Even if the Steelers lose and Bengals win, I think the Bengals could definitely be in last. I feel like that Steelers could definitely be in last place. So yeah. So by the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and just take the Bengals to win and the Bengals to cover. I don't know they're gonna be able to keep this game very close. Because I don't think the Browns are going to be able to at least like score like 20 something points without Joe Flacco. Because even when Joe Flacco was out there, they were able to score some points. So I'm probably going to say it's going to be a low scoring game. Like I'm going to say like 20-16, something like that. 23 to like 20, something like that. Or maybe like so yeah. So I'm just gonna take Cincy both ways. I'll take Cincy to win and cover. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus Detroit Lions. Detroit's favorite at 3.5. Obviously, the Vikings, despite them losing to the Packers, they're still in playoff contention. But I think if the Vikings win and the Packers and Seahawks lose, I think that gives a chance for the Vikings to get that final wild card spot as an 8-9 team. And we already know the Lions, they're the 3 seed, and they already clinched the playoff berth. So even if they lose, they're still the 3 seed. So yeah, so I think it's going to be very interesting though because the Lions' pass defense has been an issue though because literally they couldn't really stop the pass, but they're good against a run you can say, but on defense they're not good against the pass. But I heard they're saying they could definitely get C.J. Gardner-Johnson back, which that can help them stop the pass better. But last time when these two teams played, I believe the Lions won the game. But they led to like over 400 passing yards to Nick Mullins. So I don't know who the quarterback for the Vikings is. So they have issues at quarterback. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Lions to win because the Lions are the more complete team. They're more stable at the quarterback position and are at home. And I just don't like how the way the Vikings are playing because they're on a losing streak right now. And I feel like they're gonna be eliminated from the playoffs as well. So yeah. So basically I'm just going to take the Lions both ways. I'm just going to take the Lions to win and the Lions to cover. Okay. All right, next game we have the Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is favored at -3. Obviously, this is a game right here that can definitely go either way. Obviously, you know, because I feel like because I feel like if the Falcons win this game and the Bucks lose, I feel like that the Falcons are probably going to clinch the NFC South. Because I feel like if the Saints win and Bucks lose, then the Saints will probably clinch the NFC South. But if the Saints lose and Bucks win, the Bucks clinch the NFC South. So, so, so yeah. So I think this game right here is going to be very close and competitive, though. I think last time these two teams play, I believe the Falcons won the game. So, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, because I think it's kind of hard to say because the Falcons, Saints, and Bucks are still in playoff contention. We know the Panthers are already eliminated. So yeah, I think this game will be very interesting though. But the thing is that the Falcons have been looking pretty poor as of lately, especially on offense. Last week they looked pretty poor against the Bears. They couldn't really move the ball because they almost gave up 40 points and their defense was not looking as good. Because I feel like they're starting to lack a little bit of a pass rush. And I think Derek Carr is probably going to be comfortable, especially the Saints got some good weapons on offense, especially defensively. New Orleans really played really well against the Bucs. Because I feel like they can do the same thing against the Atlanta Falcons. But the Falcons kind of have questions at quarterback because I don't know if Taylor Heineken is playing. But if Taylor Heineken doesn't play, they'll probably move back to Desmond Ritter. Or maybe it could be a third string quarterback. Who knows? Because I don't know. I don't think Desmond Ritter is going to start. So yeah. So I think this game right here is going to be very close and competitive. But I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints to win this game because I think the Saints are just. I feel like they're just going to have more to play for because I think they have a better chance to make the playoffs. And the Falcons are looking to be eliminated from the playoffs. And I just don't see them beating the Saints twice in 2 years. Because last year the Saints really swept this team. So yeah, especially the Saints are more stable with the quarterback position. They're at home, and I think they kind of have a better defense that can do enough to at least stop the Falcons' running game. And I feel like their secondary can do enough to at least cover the Falcons' weaponry. So yeah, so I think it could be another low-scoring game because we know the Saints are kind of weak in the red zone. So I'm just gonna take the Saints to win and the Saints to cover. I think it will be a low scoring game as well. I'm gonna say 20 to 13 or 16 to 13, something like that. Maybe they win by a field goal, maybe by a touchdown. So yeah. So I'm just gonna take the Saints to win and the Saints to cover. All right, next game we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. Jacksonville is favored by -4. Obviously, we already heard that Mike Vrabel saying that he doesn't want to lose. He says F it because he just likes to win. I like Tennessee with the points here. Now, I just don't really like how the way Jacksonville is playing, especially they're really flawed. I thought last week they looked it pretty good against the Panthers because without Trevor Lawrence because offensively they were moving the ball, defensively they were really making plays. It confused Bryce Young. And we don't really know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play because they say he's questionable. Because we know he didn't play last week. So if Jacksonville, because I feel like if Jacksonville loses this game, they could be out of the playoffs though. But if the Colts and Texans tie and then the Jaguars win and the Steelers win, then I think the Colts and Texans both these teams, the Colts and Texans will be eliminated. And then Jacksonville clinches their division. And then Steelers get the final wild card spot. I think they will, but I don't really know. So I feel like this game right here is going to be very interesting, though, to see. So, yeah. So basically, though, this could definitely be Tannehill's last game playing with the Titans, where where he's going to be a free agent, where he's probably going to be playing somewhere else to get a starting job somewhere else. It could be Vrabel and Tannehill's last game together, and this could also be Derrick Henry's last game playing at the Titans, where he could definitely be a free agent next year and play somewhere else to be a good running back. And this is also could be Diop's last game because he's going to be a free agent next year. He's going to be a free agent this offseason. So, yeah. So, basically, I like Tennessee with the points, though. I could definitely see Tennessee win this game, knowing that this could be their last game together. But I don't really see it happening because I don't think they're going to have much to play for because Tennessee, they're already eliminated from playoff contention and, they're not going to make the playoffs. And Jacksonville is looking to clinch the division and make the playoffs once again. So basically, I think they're going to keep this game pretty close and I think it will keep it competitive though. And I think Tannehill will start playing well. and the defense might do a good job, stopping the Jags running game on offense. So basically, though, I like the Jags to win this game because they're the more complete team. They have a better quarterback. So I like Jacksonville to win, but I'll take Tennessee to cover. I'm gonna say Jacksonville wins 23-17, something like that. So yeah. So I like Tennessee with the points, but I got the Jags to win this game. Next game, we have the New York Jets versus New England Patriots. The Patriots are favored by 2. Obviously, this is a game that can go either way. Now, most people could be on the Jets because, the Jets, are in third in the division. They're in third place in the AFC East. But, I got the Patriots winning this game. And it doesn't really matter who's playing quarterback. We already know Zach Wilson. He's ruled out because he's still in concussion protocol. And we know they're going to be starting Trevor Siemian again. And it's going to be Bailey Zappi versus Trevor Siemian. Like, I don't care who's playing quarterback for the Patriots because I'm taking the Patriots to win this game. And the reason why I'm taking the Patriots to win this game is because, the Patriots has owned this rivalry. And they have not lost to the Jets since 2015. I'm going to say it again. 2015. They have not lost to the Jets since 2015. And I just have a feeling that I think the Patriots feel like Bill Belichick is going to keep this streak alive. Because, Belichick, he's undefeated against Robert Saleh and all that. So, yeah, and I just kind of really feel like, that the Patriots kind of have a good run defense as well. And I think they can find a way to stop the Jets running game, even if Breece Hall is not playing. And then I think, their secondary, their pass defense has been playing really well over the last couple of weeks. I thought they stopped the pass really well against the Bills, but it just didn't do enough to win because offensively they just have turnovers. And Bailey Zappi, he's starting to play really good right now. I just like how the way the offense is developing and all that. So, yeah. I think it's probably going to be a low-scoring game a little bit like it was last time because I think last time it was a low-scoring game and the Patriots only won by 5. But I think the Patriots are going to at least win at least by 4 or maybe 7 or 6 or 10 points, something like that. I'm going to say the Patriots at least win 20-10, something like that. Because I don't think the Jets are going to – I'm not confident of the Jets scoring more than 13 points in this game unless it's 13. So I'm probably going to say maybe the Patriots win at least 16-10 or 20-10, something like that. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna take the Patriots both ways because this could be Bill Belichick's final game being with the Patriots because he could coach somewhere else if he decides he wants to get a coaching job. So that's a factor. So yeah. So I like the Patriots to win this game and I like the Patriots to cover. Next game we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs are favored by 4.5. Obviously, like I said, if the Bucs, lose this game and the Saints lose, then the Falcons, get first place, then get first place in the NFC South to make the playoffs. But I feel like if the Bucs win and the Saints lose, then I think the Bucs make the playoffs. But if the Bucs lose this game and the Saints win, then the Saints make the playoffs. So yeah, that's how I kind of really see it. So basically, though, this game right here can go either way. But, I kind of feel like I'm going to take the Bucs to win this game because I feel like they need to just win more if they want to go to the playoffs. Because I feel like if the Bucs and Saints both win, I think it's going to lead to the tiebreaker. Because I think, if the Packers lose and if the Packers and Seahawks lose and the Saints and Bucs win, I think the Saints and Bucs both get in the playoffs. So, yeah. So, I think the Bucs need to win more because the Bucs kind of looked pretty poor last week against the Saints. But I think they're gonna at least find a way to get back on track this week to get a win here because their offense, I feel like their offense is gonna get back on track. I think their defense will as well. And I just don't think they can Panthers match up well with the Bucs pretty good on paper because the Bucs got a really good defense. They got good corners. They got good passers that can really get after Bryce Young. They got a really good receiving core in Tampa that can really take advantage of an overwhelming secondary of Carolina. So, yeah, I think Baker Mayfield will take advantage of that. So, yeah. So, I think it's going to be very close, but I want to take Carolina to cover because I thought Bryce Young looked pretty poor last week. The Panthers looked pretty poor against Jacksonville. So, yeah. So, I think and also, Baker Mayfield, he was on the injury report and I think he will play. So, yeah. So, basically, I'm going to take the Bucks to win this game. I'm going to say they at least win like 20-17, something like that. So, yeah, because I'm not too confident of the Panthers, scoring like 20 plus points a game because, their offense has struggled to score a lot of points. Because even since Bryce Young was a starter, their offense has been struggling to score a lot of points. So I'm just going to say the Bucks win this game like 20-17, more like a lower scoring game. But I'll take the Bucks to cover as well. So, yeah. All right, next game, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay's favored by -3. Now, some people could be taking the Bears to win this game because I think the Bears are going to because I think the Packers are going to get their playoff chances ruined. But I just don't believe in that. I understand I understand the Bears defense is playing really good. They're playing at a higher level. But I feel like that their players are banged up. Like DJ Moore's banged up, Jalen Johnson's banged up. Most of their players are banged up with some injuries. We don't really know if they're going to play. And also, the Packers, on the other hand, they're playing really well on offense. Jordan Love, he's being patient with the ball. I mean, he's making good decisions, and they're starting to put some points up on the board. I feel, and I thought, PFF, has ranked him as a top 12 scoring offense, and most of the Packers receivers are starting to get better and stuff up. Jaden Reed is stepping up. He's having a good rookie season. Wicks has been really good. Heath has been really good. Bo Melton, he has been really good as lately. Christian Watts, Romeo Dobbs has been really good. Tucker Kraft has really stepped up since Luke Musgrave has gotten injured. But if Christian Watson, if he plays, I think their Packers offense can be very explosive. If he doesn't play, I don't know how it's going to change because I feel like, last time when these two teams played, I believe the Packers won in Chicago. That's when Christian Watson doesn't play, but I feel like they need to put Christian Watson in the lineup so he can play. And Jair, I hope he comes back. That can probably help them stop the pass better. And I feel like their run defense, it's getting better. I mean, defensively, they looked pretty good against the Vikings. So, yeah. The Bears actually looked pretty good on offense, though. So, obviously, I think this game right here is going to be super close and competitive, though, because I think the Bears are going to try to play hard and fight hard. And Eberflus, he's starting to put his defense together, and now they're looking for him to be the head coach next year. Because even though they're eliminated from the playoffs, I still think the Bears are going to play hard, though. And the Packers, are still in playoff contention. So I'm going to lean towards the Packers to win this game because the Packers pretty much own this rivalry. And I kind of feel like they need this game more if they want to go to the playoffs to clinch that final wild card spot. But I feel like, if Green Bay wins and Seattle loses, then Seattle will probably miss the playoffs and the Packers will probably make the playoffs. But if the Packers lose and the Seahawks win, then I think the Seahawks make the playoffs and the Packers, will pretty much be eliminated. So, yeah, I just think the Packers are just a more complete team. They have better coaching. And I just think they have the better quarterback. I just think Jordan Love's better than Justin Fields, in my opinion. They're at home in this game. So, Green Bay, they should be able to win this game here. But I'm going to take the 3 with the Bears because I think the Bears are going to try to find a way to play them close this time because last time these two teams played, the Bears looked pretty poor. So, yeah, I think the Bears, find a way to keep up in this game. So, I'm going to say the Packers at least win at least like 23-16, something like that, or like 20. or like 19-23, something like that. Maybe they win by 4, maybe they win by 7. So yeah. So I'm just gonna take the Bears plus the points, but I'm gonna take the Packers to win this game here, straight up. So that way they can clinch that final wild card spot. And I hope they do it. Because last year they didn't do it. Because, the Lions, Packers will be extra motivated because, last year the Lions ruined their chances. But I feel like Green Bay should win. Next game, we have the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are favored by -3. Now, I called it a trap game for some reason because both teams got eliminated from the playoffs. And all of a sudden, Jarrett Stidham's playing against his former team. So, I think it's Jarrett Stidham versus Aiden O'Connell. So, yeah, I think, this team right here, both quarterbacks are kind of similar, but they're not really good backups. Because I just kind of really feel like, both of these two teams, it's kind of hard to choose because, for the last couple of weeks, the Broncos defense has been playing really well as of lately, especially forcing turnovers, stopping the pass, but they can't really stop the run pretty good. So I think the Raiders could have success running the ball. And I feel like Jacoby Myers, Avante Adams, I think these guys are going to start getting open. And I think those guys are going to start making plays because sometimes the Broncos defense is not good against the pass. But I feel like the Raiders have a better defense because I feel like the Raiders kind of stop the run better. And they kind of stop the pass better as well. Because, last week, they lost that game to the Colts because, they couldn't catch the ball on an onside kick. So, and that kind of allowed the Colts to win the game. But this time, I think the Raiders are going to win this game because the reason why I'm picking the Raiders to win this game because I feel like the Raiders have pretty much owned this rivalry. And I just need to see the Broncos beat the Raiders before I pick the Broncos beat the Raiders. So, yeah, I think the Raiders are going to win this game here. I just kind of really feel like, their defense is going to play hard. And I feel like they'll find a way to confuse Russell Wilson. And I just kind of really feel offensively, I think they're going to move the ball especially well. And I think they've been running the ball really well without Josh Jacobs. And Zamir White has been a really good backup for over the last couple of weeks. So, yeah. So, by the way, I'm going to take the Raiders to win this game, but I'm going to take the Broncos plus the points. I think Denver can find a way to cover this game because I think their defense might start playing as hard as they can, like they did over the past couple weeks. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game like last time because I think the Raiders only won by 1 point. So, yeah. So, I'm going to say Raiders win 20-16, something like that. I'm going to go 20-16, Raiders win, Broncos cover. That's how I see it. All right, next game we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus New York Giants. Philly's favored by 5.5. Obviously, I think this game right here can definitely go either way. We could definitely see the Giants win this game because I feel like if the Eagles lose this game and the Cowboys win, the Cowboys will probably get the 2 seed. And because I feel like the Eagles still have a chance to get the 2 seed, depending on what Dallas is doing. Because I feel like if the Eagles win and Cowboys lose, I think the Cowboys, get the 5 seed and the Eagles get the top seed. Because I feel like the Eagles and Cowboys both win. I don't know. It might come to the tiebreaker. Because when I was doing these playoff machines, when I predict the Eagles and Cowboys to both win, I think the Cowboys will probably win the tiebreaker because they'll get the 2 seed. So yeah, so I feel the Eagles, defensively, they've been not looking pretty good as of lately, especially offensively. They've been looking good, but I feel like they're having issues on defense. Cause I feel they lost the game to the Cardinals due to the fact that the defense kind of blew that game, and Jalen Hurts threw a bad interception on the final drive. So basically, the Eagles probably going to be playing their starters, but we don't really know because Devonta Smith is banged up with an injury. So yeah, we don't know if he's gonna play because now they're saying he's out due to an injury, which the Eagles might be playing their starters in the game. So yeah, so I think this game right here could definitely be close, and I think it will be competitive as last time. But I think the Eagles find a way to win this game, and I think the Giants find a way to keep it close and cover. Because especially the Giants' offense has been playing really good as of lately, but they only lost to the Rams last week because they missed a game-winning field goal. So yeah, they. So I think the Giants are gonna find a way. I think they're find a way to keep up with the Eagles because I think because you know how bad their defense has been playing. So yeah, and I feel like Martindale he's gonna find a way to confuse Jalen Hurts in some areas where he likes to blitz at most of the time. So yeah, I feel like Matt Patricia's. I think he's gonna find a way to fix the defense of Philly, but I don't think it will be a blowout unless Eagles, if they get up early and all that, if they get a league early, so if they start fast, so yeah. So I'm just gonna probably say the Eagles win this game. I'm gonna say 24-20, something like that. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take the Eagles. I'm gonna take the Giants plus the 5.5. But I'll take the Eagles to win this game because they're the more complete team. They have more to play for. They have the better quarterback, better coaching as well. So yeah. So I got the Eagles to win, Giants to cover. Next game we had the Seattle Seahawks versus Arizona Cardinals. Seattle's favored by 3. I gotta switch this apart because Seahawks are actually playing on the road. So yeah, so this game right here can definitely go either way. Now, some people could definitely be taking the Cardinals to win because Cardinals are pretty much underrated on offense, and Kyler Murray has been a really good terror to this offense, and especially the defense. Has been starting to improve a little bit. But you know what? I feel like if Seattle loses this game, I feel like if Seattle and the Packers, 'cause I feel like Seattle loses this game, they could be out of the playoffs depending on what Green Bay does. Because I feel like if they win and Seahawks lose, and the Seahawks, miss the playoffs. But I feel like if the Seahawks win and the Packers lose, then the Seahawks, have a chance to clinch the final wild card spot. So sad. That's a lot of scenarios happening. So yeah. So basically, though, even though the Seahawks defense, the Seahawks defense have not been playing good last week because last week they gave up 30 points to the Steelers, and offensively, they were moving the ball pretty well, but especially defensively, they wasn't playing as good lately. But I feel like they can definitely. I feel like they can get right against the Cardinals. Cause I feel like they get right against the Cardinals. I think they'll win this game. Similar to the Eagles, like if they need to win, they need to get right. So I'm gonna take Arizona with the points because I think the Cardinals are gonna find a way to keep this close, and I think Kyler Murray he's gonna make some magic happening. But I'm gonna take Seahawks to win this game because they have more to play for. Because they have a better chance to make the playoffs, and the Cardinals don't. And Seattle's is a more complete team. They kind of have the better quarterback, kind of have better coaching. So yeah, so I think they're gonna be fighting hard as well. I think this game right here is gonna be very close, and I think it's gonna be very competitive. Though I think it could be a high scoring game. I'm gonna say maybe the Seahawks win like 30-23 or like 23-16, something like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Cardinals plus a 3, but I'll take the Seahawks to win the game. Next game we have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are favored by 3.5. I call it a trap game because most people are kind of really picking the Chargers to win because Chiefs are gonna be resting some of their starters. Because they already clinched a playoff spot and they clinched the division. So I really want to take the Chargers to win, but I just don't believe in the hockey. I don't believe in Easton Stick to get a win against his Chiefs. I think the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, but I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game because I just think the Chiefs, are the more complete team, better coaching staff, and I know it's going to be Blaine Gabbert versus Easton Stick. I think Blaine Gabbert, who's ever playing quarterback for the Chiefs, I think they're gonna come here. I think they're gonna come away and fight hard, especially on offense and defense. Especially the offense, even though their offense has not been playing as great, I think the Chiefs will find a way to move the ball against a defense of the Chargers that's really bad. And the Chargers' offense has not been looking good without Justin Herbert. So I think maybe the Chiefs' defense can find a way to at least like make some big plays. So yeah. So I like the Chiefs to win this game here. I'm gonna say they at least win like 20-13, something like that. Or like 2016. Maybe they keep it close, maybe they don't. So yeah. So I like the Chiefs here to win this game straight up. And I like them with the points as well. I take them plus the points as well. So yeah. So I know it's not going to be a good game to watch because of both backups, quarterbacks playing each other, but I think the Chiefs are going to come through to get this win here and make it to 11 straight wins. So yeah, I got the Chiefs in this game. Next game, we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are favored by 4. Obviously, this game right here, it can go either way, but I kind of call it a trap game for some reason because most people are kind of really picking the Rams to win this game because, the Niners are going to be resting a lot of their starters because, they clinched the first seed. And, the Rams, have already clinched a playoff spot. So they may have more to play for in this game. But, the Rams are going to be resting their starters too. So basically, though, it's going to be Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold. I don't even know which quarterback is better because both of them quarterbacks stink. I feel like Sam Darnold has gained more confidence than Carson Wentz because I think, Sam Darnold could be better than Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz has been terrible and Sam Darnold's been terrible too, but he's been gaining more confidence as well. But you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards the 49ers to win this game because I think the Niners are a more complete team, better coaching, they're at home. They kind of have a better backup quarterback too, in my opinion. And especially, I just need to see the Rams beat the Niners before I pick the Rams beat the Niners. That's why. So, by the way, I'm just going to pick the 49ers to win this game here straight up. Because even without their stars, I still think they're going to play hard. So, yeah, I think it's going to be I think it could be a low scoring game, could be a high scoring game. I don't know. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Niners to win this game. I'm going to say like maybe 24. I'm going to say 27-24, something like that. So, yeah. Maybe a little bit of a higher scoring game. But I'll take the Rams with the points. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and just take the 49ers so at least I cover this game as well. So, yeah. I'm just going to take the Niners both ways. I'll take the Niners to win and Niners to cover. Next game of the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. Dallas is favored by 13, which I know this is a big spread right there. Because I feel like, last time when these two teams played, Washington only beat them once, but this was the last game of the season where Washington kind of really beat them once. Because that's when, Dak Prescott looked terrible in the game. And then offensively, I think this game right here can go either way because I feel like, if Dallas loses this game and Philly wins, then Dallas will probably fall to the 5 seed and the Eagles will probably get to the 2 seed. But if Dallas wins this game and Philly loses this game, then Philly falls to the 5 seed, Dallas gets the 2 seed. So, yeah, but even if they both win, it could be a tiebreaker. So, yeah. So, I feel like this game right here can definitely go either way a little bit. But I'm gonna lean towards the Cowboys to win this game because I think the Cowboys are a more complete team, better quarterback, better coaching, and Sam Howell has not been playing really good as lately because he's been pretty bad over the past couple of weeks. So yeah, we don't really know if he's gonna start. It could be Jacoby Brissett. So yeah, I just think Dallas, is gonna find a way to play hard in this game, and I think Washington, maybe they can keep up. I don't really think they're gonna be able to keep up because Cowboys have a top defense and a really good offense as well. 'Cause I feel like if Dallas gets a lead early, they might blow them out. So yeah, so I think it's gonna be a blowout though with Dallas because I think they'll get up early in this game. So yeah, I'm just gonna take Dallas to win this game, and I'll just take Dallas to cover that big spread. Even though the spread is big, I'm just gonna take them to cover as well. Because Dallas is just a more complete team as well. I mean, they pretty much own this rivalry, so I just don't see Washington splitting with them because of how bad they've been playing. So yeah, I'm gonna say Dallas at least win at least by a lot of points. Maybe they win at least by 40 plus points, or maybe they win like 34-16, something like that. So yeah. So I take the Cowboys to win and the Cowboys to cover. Then we got last game of the season. We got the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. Buffalo's fair by 2.5. Obviously, this game right here can definitely go either way. Now, most people could be like taking the Bills to win because they think the Bills are going to get the top seed in the playoffs. And some people could be taking the Dolphins because Dolphins might win the division because they haven't won the division since 2008, and Buffalo is seeking to get that to clinch the division for the fourth straight time. But this is decided on the AFC East division because I feel like if the Dolphins win, then I feel like they win the division, and the Bills could definitely miss the playoffs. But I feel like if the Bills win this game, then they get the top seed, and the Dolphins, they're probably going to get the lower seed because the Dolphins already clinched a playoff spot. So yeah, I think this game right here is going to be close. It's going to be interesting though. I want to lead towards the Dolphins here because Tua was off the injury report because I said this a couple days ago, like if Tua plays, I was like I'll pick the Dolphins, but if Tua doesn't play, I'll just pick the Bills. But you know what? I don't really know if it matters though, but I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills to win this game. I just like how the way the Bills are playing as of lately. Especially, I wasn't impressed of their offense because their passing offense have not been playing really good lately. They need to get better at that. They need to be better with the defense is playing really good as well. Especially, their pass defense and their run defense is playing really good. And Bills kind of had the better quarterback in this game. They kind of got better coaching staff. And I just think they could be a more complete team than Dolphins. I mean, Dolphins are kind of banged up with some injuries. Because we know Bradley Chubb's out for the year. And we know Jalen Phillips is out for the year. Javon Holland's questionable. Xavier Howard's questionable. And Tyreek Hill, he could be questionable to play. Jalen Wild's questionable to play. Raheem Mostert's questionable to play. So the Dolphins could be dealing with a lot of injuries here. But I just kind of feel like with both edge rushers being out for the Dolphins with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips not playing, I think that'll probably help the Bills offense, run the football, move the football pretty well. And I think Josh Allen can take advantage of that. And I think they're starting to run the ball really well. Their run game is starting to get better with James Cook. And I think they're going to find a way to run the ball against. I feel like they're going to run the ball against them, which can definitely help their rush offense. But Miami sometimes is good against the run, but sometimes they're not. But Miami, they're not good against the pass where, like their defense, you can argue saying it's okay, but it's not great. Because last week, they just gave the Ravens like 56 points, though. Because, they barely couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't really stop the run. Because, I feel like the Bills, they can do the same thing with the Dolphins, like I feel like here's the thing. I say maybe if you take away Tyreek Hill, you make them throw the ball to other people. That's what I like to say. Say if like you double team him, you take him away and make the Dolphins throw the ball to other people. That's what I like to say. That's a good matchup. Like, the Bills secondary has been playing really good lately. So I think there's a chance maybe the pass defense plays really well in the game. Like maybe you put Tyreek Hill in double coverage and like force Tua to throw the ball somewhere else. And I think the defense can definitely give Tua and the Dolphins offense some issues where that can really force them into some second and long, third and long situations where they can get some pressure. So yeah, because I feel the Dolphins, if they really want to at least like score a lot of points, they have to make sure they gotta be successful on early downs. Like you can't be on those second and longs, you can't be on those third and longs, third and eight, because if you're in those situations, the Bills might have a chance, to get a stop, to force a 3 and out, because that's when the Dolphins when they don't convert on second and third down. So I felt the Bills, they need to start converting on third down a little bit more and get a couple first downs. Because Josh Allen, he's been turning the ball a little bit too much in this game, especially. So I think the Bills, I think they're gonna try to do a good job protecting the football, and I just kind of really feel like they're gonna like create some turnovers in this game. Because last time these two teams play, I believe that the Bills have whooped them. I don't think they're gonna whoop them this time. I think it's gonna be a lot closer. But so yeah, so I'm just gonna take the Bills to win this game 30-24, something like that, or maybe like 31-24, 31-30, or like 37-31, something like that. I think the Bills can at least win at least by 6 points, maybe at least by 6 points. So I like the Bills to win this game, and I like the Bills to cover. So I think that can probably help them get first place in the AFC East. Well, all right, guys, those are all my Week 18 predictions for this season. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. So yeah, so you think I'm right, you think I'm wrong, just let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. So yeah. So don't forget to put a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to my channel if you can. If you want, and if you want to watch all my videos and look at my playlist, you can. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones, I'm a big fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.